Television journalist and educator David Diaz spent decades covering New York City and the tri-state area. He died last week at the age of 82.
And we certainly were lucky here at CBS New York that he shared his remarkable abilities, his generous spirit, and infectious smile with us and also our viewers. Dave Carlin takes a look back at his life and his career.
We are hearing that at least 12 people have died in this accident.
His television career spanned 3 decades. David Diaz relentlessly pursued the truth with qualities tough and tender, like the city he loved. The tragedy of 9/11 reported by him with abundant skill and empathy.
There were people inside and outside, not only that were workers going to the buildings, working in the buildings, but also hundreds of emergency personnel.
A reporter's reporter, New York City guy, hard scrabble, bringing himself up and wanted to bring others up as well.
He understood New York City like very few journalists know, and that was David Diaz. He was a consummate professional, a charming man.
It's also an opportunity for a school to blow its horn.
He was a legend.
Diaz was born in Puerto Rico in 1942, and from the age of 3, he was raised in Washington Heights, educated at Fordham Prep, City College, and Columbia University. He had been a community activist and newspaper reporter when he was hired by NBC, where he spent 15 years, followed by more than 12 years here at CBS.
I first met David Diaz when I was a print reporter, and we went on a complicated trip to South America and Central America. He was able to take this complex story with multiple locations and cut in the field and feed a piece back and be on the evening news every single night. He was able to do it and make it look so incredibly effortless.
There was David. I mean, you sent him out, you knew you were going to get the story.
I'm David Diaz for Visiones a toda próxima.
He did it all, from anchoring, field anchoring, reporting. If you needed something, he was always there.
He was such a mentor. He was a mentor from when I first met him in '93, and then after he left Channel 2, which was a huge loss to journalism in general. Then he wanted to keep helping, and so he teaches, and I miss him, and I know it's a big hole in so many people's lives.
Diaz is survived by his daughters Elena, Nina, son-in-law Jonathan, and his wife Andrea.
In the Bronx, I'm David Diaz, Channel 2 News.
Family members told us in recent years Diaz lived with a form of dementia, diminishing his gifts of communication. But they said even as his words faded, his spirit never did. Christine and Jessica.
Wow. You know, and we always look to the veterans that have been here over the decades, you know, the work, the level of work that they did here. And when we need to feel inspired, you look at their work, and they're part of the OGs of the New York market.
Our heroes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They set the standard. They set the standard.
And his daughter was telling one of our producers, he would always say to the family, it's an honor that the viewers invite me into their living room. That's such an amazing way to look at this job, because it is an honor, but it's just, it's in keeping with everything that we've learned about him.
A gracious news god, I would say.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dave.